All right, all right, all right. What's up, folks? Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. I gotta talk about NFL star DK Metcalf. Man, the emotions, man. The emotions of a millionaire athlete, man, and how you can let comments coming from a sucker. Now, a sucker who done spent his money, especially a dude who done came to the game, man. You shouldn't have took this fool serious. It's a grown ass man sitting in the front row with blue hair on. Man, you should have known this is a goddamn oh. I don't even use this little sissy boy. That you will let this dude get you off your square, man, and you will walk over there towards this guy. And I understand why the league comes up with this decision to suspend you because the distance from the stands to where these players are and where this incident occurred, there's quite a distance between Metcalf and this fan that is sitting up there in the stands. And I was listening to a video where somebody recording this situation right before it occurred. And I don't know if the fan is in there saying something to Metcalf, talking smack. I think this is probably where Metcalf and them team are down, and maybe he's frustrated a little bit. And the fan is saying something, but I don't hear anything racial from the fan. I heard it was something about he responded to this because the fan said something derogatory and this and that. I didn't hear anything racial. It was a black dude who video I was listening to who was recording the situation, the back and forth between them two. There was no response from him. He didn't jump up and go to threaten the fan or anything like that. There was none of that. So I don't know if he's going to be able to fly with that one of accusing, making the allegations against his fan using some racial slur towards him. I highly doubt that. And I don't think the league has any evidence of it. And it's the reason why they decide to go with their decision to strike against DK Metcalf. And it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate this dude didn't have his head in the game. He's focusing too much on what some punk has to say up in the stands. Now, I can see if the dude threw something at him. If the dude is yelling out some racial epithets and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that dude who was sitting in the stands, who was recording that, he would have reacted to that fan. His whole tone and everything, because he was laughing at whatever was going on. That fan didn't seem as like, hey, homeboy, what you just say? You didn't hear any of that from that fan. It was in that he ain't gonna sign that. He ain't gonna sign that. And all this other goofy type of crap that you find with fans. So I don't know where DK Metcalf goes with this one, man. You're gonna have to sit on that bench for them 2 days. And the fact he gonna lose they say he gonna lose for 2 games. So the contract is a cold contract. This dude out for 2 days is gonna miss out on 555. He got Crip Mac money. This gonna piss Crip Mac off. He missing out on $555,000 for 2 games. 555. A lot of fives in there, Crip Mac. He got 5 5s in this shit with a 6. I think they did this especially for Crip Mac. So the total is, let me put this on the screen. Man. So this is $555,556 for 2 games. This dude is making major bread. $250,000. This dude is making bread, homie. So that might be 200. Would that be about $250,000? A little bit more than that for 2 games, and you let a little weirdo get you off your square to walk over there and grab him. Now I've seen some of these chumps on this little weirdo site, Twitter, in there writing their little weirdo comments. That's why I don't really follow Twitter. I don't go to Twitter, look at little pretty little broads, do their little freaky deaky shit, rather than listen to weirdos write weirdo statements, grown dudes who act like the weirdos of the United States. Make little crybaby claims. Oh, he ought to press charges. He ought to file a lawsuit and sue him. He didn't even do nothing to this damn dude. He grabbed a dude by this little purple wig, this disgusting male sexual got on his dang head, and then just shoved him and then walked back over there. Now, my issue with the situation is with DK Metcalf and the fact that NFL staff didn't do anything to prevent the player from walking over there. When they knew there was something being stated in the stands, probably fans in there taunting, and he will walk over here on the side where there's a bunch of Detroit Lions fans, and they'll sit back and watch him as he walks over there to confront a friend. But DK Metcalf needs to wake his little emotional ass the hell up. Like that shit is gonna cost you, and then you'll find yourself being what the team will start deeming you as a problem in the locker room, behavior that is detrimental. They start pulling this language out on this damn idiot because there's somebody else that writes your check. You may be rich and money coming in from your talents, but they turn the damn water off. They can shut the water off at any moment, get rid of you, and then start playing these games. And then, especially, this is a young man. Sports is always a young man's game. And they'll be looking at, especially if a team's looking to rebuild, regardless of how productive you are or may not be, they'll cut ties with you. And this crowd's watching this thing on Ricky Waters earlier. And I was seeing that in his little like 20 for 20 or whatever them special they do on football players. After winning the Super Bowl, after, him being the back that helped carry the 49ers to a Super Bowl against the Chargers when they won. And they cut him the next year. They end up cutting him. And then there's this thing that follows him, because even in this documentary piece on Ricky Waters, it just shows the disgusting nature of professional sports. And even with the NFL especially, is how the thing that follows him is a comment he made following his first game when he arrived to Philly. And he fumbles the ball. There was some horrible pass thrown by a quarterback. And they won't expect Ricky Waters to jump out and dive for this damn pass where he would have clearly got hurt. And when a reporter asked him a question, why you didn't, throw yourself out there for that pass and this and that, he says, for who and for what? And so that shit follows him and keeps him out of, regardless of his production, they use antics and behavior to keep this guy up out of the league. Like that's the microscope they place these dudes up under. And DK Metcalf cannot allow some old punk who done spent his trash can earnings to go to a game to act like a little blue-haired chump to get up under his goddamn skin and cost him. And that's for a lot of these athletes where you're allowed, it's so much, that don't mean you take everything, but in the NFL game, there's so much room between you and these old sorry-ass fans who ain't never reached the heights that a lot of these athletes reach, and that you reacting on that while making millions. $250,000 a game, man, the hell with what that fool's saying. The hell with what he's saying about your mama. Your mama gonna at least get shit, to be honest. Like if you had a great mom and all that shit, you making $250,000 a game. She at least gonna get broke off what? $30,000. I ain't about to do all that little fake shit niggas are talking about. Man, my mama will get half of that and all that shit. A good $20,000 is hella fine money. You breaking off that every damn check, and you about to have that shit forfeited because you walked the distance to go confront one of these punks. Ooh, if you was to square up with that dude, you would have mauled that dude. Dude ain't no threat to you, man. And then Mark Sumner says not too hard. Says Metcalf needs to be able to control himself. He should not be over by the fans fighting. Says, what is to gain from that? Exactly. Ain't like the fan threw nothing at him. The fan ain't spit on him. None of that. Mark Summer says insane behavior. Says he shows everyone how much their comments bother him. Says, which is weak. And then Mirror says, apparently, says this voided the, woo, I saw something like that. Don't tell me that. Don't say that. I saw that, but I seen it from some chumps on Twitter, so I don't be believing Twitter crap. Don't say that. Hold on, let me find some news on that. Man, they better not have done that, man. He better appeal that shit. See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, yeah, they void that. You might as well go to prison. Hell no. You better go find this fool address. Damn, man, don't say that. Hold on, let me go find something on that. Is ESPN and point that out. He voided the Guaranteed money. Hold on, man. I would have signed my shit. Said guarantee it to me now. Don't wait a couple of years to guarantee it to me. Guarantee it to me now, so I can start effing up. I'll start effing up once you give me the money, man. I don't want to wait towards the end of it and some old blue haired punk say something, and I just blow it all up, forgetting all about that dang them. So much time that went by, I done forgot all about the guarantee. Like, oh hell no, hold on. Let me find out on that. I hope to God that fool that this little weak incident didn't cost this dude this money. So what they wrote in the contract, he can't walk over towards the fans. Says here how much it. Let's see what's this site. Man, this dude is a big time dummy, dude. Let's see. Concern details. This from Sports Illustrated. Let me see this if there's any validity to the report about him losing $40 million, which I hope ain't true. Oh man, the 555,000 is a lot of money for two goddamn games. Let alone he gonna lose. Let me see. Let's verify that first. Yeah, I ain't seeing that. Yeah, they breaking it down to $277,000 a game check. That's great money, man. That is great money. I wouldn't even be one of these whiny ass receivers. You know how some receivers be crying because they didn't get the ball thrown to them? Man, I'll be like the hell with that, man. I'll be running around the field like one of them old, the old sugar rushed ass kids on the damn elementary playground. I'll be like that on the field. I'll just be running all kind of stupid shit. Like I'm about to make $275,000 today. The hell with that. Hey, don't throw me shit. And he says next season says that jumps to 25 mil. I don't see nothing about losing the guaranteed money, but I don't give a damn what the damn fans say. He can hang a goddamn noose. All right, here goes something says likely to lose, likely avoid. Let me see why would it avoid something. Damn, man, or is this just some damn chump reporter, maybe so blue-haired reporter writing this, trying to get clicks on a report by adding some false claim about him losing that kind of money. Let me see. I see this report here. This is the only report I see that left this in here, which I don't believe that is true. But like I said, I signed a guaranteed contract. I want my guaranteed money right away. Give it to me early before I go acting a fool, because I know I got the tendency. I can't. I'll be on some DJ Metcalf shit too. We all gonna act a damn fool, but at least make sure my guaranteed money came in the beginning of the contract. You give me all of it. So Metcalf is expected to appeal the suspension, says which is currently set to keep him out of the rest of the regular season. So he lost the damn regular season. NFL called for that one. Said, but I understand why they did it. Says wideout DJ Metcalf suspended for 2 games following sideline altercation with a fan during the team's 29. But I think they were losing at that point. Says Metcalf action violate lead. So this is what the NFL writes. Some old Trump statement because they looking like how dare they those black dark sock, they'll big black dark wide nose baboon looking prisoner walk over there to one of the good old boys and push him. Trump called in. Mega does not approve of that. There, Robert Goodell. This guy must be gone. Says Metcalf actions violate league policy. Says we specify that players may not enter the stands or otherwise. This come from out of the Ron Artest and them doing that in the NBA game. They may not enter the stands or otherwise confront fans at any time on game day. Says, and if a player makes unnecessary physical contact with it, and they like to say they got that word in there, makes unnecessary physical contact with a fan in any way that constitutes unsportsmanlike conduct or presents crowd control issues and or risks of injury, says he will be held accountable, says the league said in the statement. And he opened the door for the league to feel like that. So there's a bigger financial hit coming too. The suspension will void at least $45 million in future guaranteed money over the next 2 years. Oh man, that fan will. Yeah. After reading this report, I'm locating this fan. Siri, where does this motherfucker live at? Yeah, serious. Hey, check what all this old AI crap they got. Chat GTP, go find this fool. It says guarantee money over the next 2 years. Says if it's uphill, yeah, he better go find Johnny Cochran brother or something. And Johnny Cochran got a sibling, a brother or sister. He better go find him. He better try to get this money back. Says his current 4-year 100. Dang, this fool's making bread, homie. Man, it ain't nothing nobody can say. I think. I ain't about to say that. I don't think nothing nobody can say. If I'm sitting on 132 mil possible for only 4 years, hold on, what's the math on that? That's a lot of money a year. That's lottery jackpot. That's hitting the lottery jackpot. Let me see. What's that? 132 divided by 4. It's 33 mil a year. Man, ain't no goddamn way I'm listening to what this punk sitting in the stands got to say. Damn, Metcalf, man, what's up with you, homeboy? And he says, it says 4-year contract, $132 million contract. Says notes that if he fails to practice or play with the club for any reason, oh no, he got the wrong shit in his damn contract. This a dummy contract. It notes that if he fails to practice or play with the club for any reason, says including suspension, his guarantee will be null and void. Why would you allow that shit? Who is this damn fool's agent that agreed to this shit? Hell no. Nah. It says it's guaranteed. What if he hit somebody with that bullshit penalty, the targeting crap? Ain't that no, that gets you kicked out the game. Man, that's some BS. Said, what if you injure? I know injury can't be in that. Says his guarantee will be null and void. Says Metcalf could still earn that money over the next 2 seasons. Says it's just no longer guaranteed. Says Metcalf had 25 million of his salary guaranteed next season, and then 20 million guaranteed in 2027. God damn fool! Why would you do that dumb shit? He probably forgot about that shit. He probably forgot the money was sitting there. Oh man, he's sitting on so much money he forgot. He forgot. I'm gonna beat this little twerp up in the stands. We losing this game about the playoffs. Hell no. Somebody should have said, no, nigga, you got somebody should have said that. Black dude was recording that should have said it. Don't do it. Guaranteed money. Maybe the froze riding his damn tracks. He'd have fell face flat to run over that fool. Salute to CJ in the building. Bruce Gas in the building. Salute. Blossy Cuss says, hashtag crash out season. Man, that's the problem. That's that emotional shit. Dudes raised by mamas. That's where that shit come from. That's that mama shit. These dudes with the emotions of a woman, but the motherfucking genetically are man. Velocity Cuss says if DK says was white, says he wouldn't be suspended. Says that if the fan was black, he would be banned. I see. I ain't going too much against that. I mean, it probably is true with this sorry league called the NFL. I wouldn't be I wouldn't make anything against that statement, man. I wouldn't put nothing past the NFL. That's why I don't watch it like that, because I see a lot of that little racial crap in the NFL. But you don't find many of the white players doing that, because the white players look at them contract. And white players focus on their money. So they've been raised like that. They've been raised to count every nickel, every penny, and every dollar, and they ain't losing it. And so they don't buy into all the act of violence and stuff. Plus, they can't fight, so they don't want to embarrass themselves being, what people appear to be tough football players and going in the stands, and then they'll get their ass whooped. Because I see them get whooped on in hockey games because they be fighting, they be having to fight their fans in hockey games. Sometimes the fans get the best of them. So I think a lot of the white players, they don't do it because they ain't never grown up fighting. So they'll need to have their Winchester or Smith & Wesson at the game in order to run in the stands and fight. So being that they don't have their Second Amendment protections there at the games, they don't really get engaged in a lot of the violent shit. And I'm pretty sure fans say all type of, disrespectful things to them. They just don't run in the stands because on top of them not wanting to possibly lose a fight, they showing the hell ain't about to lose no money. And that's one thing you get. That's one thing black players need to go have sit down with their white teammates and get a greater understanding of emotional intelligence and keeping their emotions in their back pocket or in the bottom of their damn cleats. Like these dudes got to stop acting like hoes, and you see that's a common thing when amongst black folks is that crybaby, uncontrolled emotional shit, breaking down all this other hoe ass shit. And then I know boxing says you take my guarantee away, says I'll take my football skills away. You take your football skills on away. You sit your ass in a homeless shelter. You think the NFL worry about you crying? Man, you take my guarantee and I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. You be like that damn 49er motherfucker speeding his car by the stadium at 90 miles an hour, like the 49ers give a shit. That's why I was talking earlier today about Ricky Williams won these fools a Super Bowl and they cut his ass. Hell, Kaepernick took them to the Super Bowl and they got rid of his ass for taking a knee. You think you gonna go in there talking about, man, I'm gonna take my skills away and go somewhere? Go ahead. We'll use a draft pick on your old aging ass. That ain't the way. You better, man. Fools better be smart about how they going trying to strategize against these fools. And he says, so I know boxing would be right in the unemployment line, going in the damn office like that. Listen here, Steelers owner says you take my guaranteed money away, that 40 million, and let know. Oh, you really talking that shit? You mean them checks you get, that $270,000 check you get every game that comes from me, and you gonna walk in my office talking that kind of shit? My office hours are from 9. You walked in here at 9 o'clock. My office hours are from 9 to 9:01. We're closed. Get your ass up out of here. As a matter of fact, security, lock the gates behind this fool. Deny his access card. Go ahead and take your skills away. Take your ball too. Matter of fact, we'll send all your shit out that locker room because you can't even go in the locker room. So he says I'm dropping every pass thrown my way. I'm fumbling the ball on my way to the end zone. You only gonna get one chance to do that, and you go right to the bench and right to unemployment. So you'll be a poor ass. You'll be an Adrian Broner of the NFL. That's what you'll be. And then CJ says the 40 million is avoided. Says it's just no longer guaranteed. Says they can release him. Says without paying him the rest of his contract money. That's even worse. It sounds like shit. So he won't get none of that shit. That's worse. Or would another team have to pick it up or something? Like, damn, man. I want some guaranteed money, homie. Hey, man. Hey, get on TV, Metcalf, and apologize. You get on apologize. I say you thought you heard him say the N word. You thought he said the N word. Somebody said it around there. You apologize. Go pay that fool. Hey, get that fool. Send that fool like $20,000, man. Tell that fool it's all right. I know Boxer says, speaking of lottery jackpot, says anybody in the chat hit that lottery tonight? Says it's so. So remember, I'm your closest friend on the internet. Says that you never met. Yeah, sure. God damn it. And then Mark Sumner says, wait, when do hockey players fight fans during games? Says, when does that look? Here go Mark Summers trying to defend the whiteness of his purity as a model age citizen of America that does no wrong. And this is what they tell him. I see damn hockey players and hockey fans fight. Multiple times I've seen videos of them reaching over, these fools jumping over that glass, throwing punches at each other. Let me see if I can find some on here if YouTube hasn't banned it because of policies. Let me see, because YouTube has these policies that soften up things and don't want to show things. So therefore, a lot of history is lost. A lot of history is lost. Let me see. Hockey players versus fans. Let's see. I'm gonna just show the video so you can find it. Let me show you some. So look, we even have highlights here. I always got to show Mark Summers this because he raised in a degenerate community of liars. So here we got a video here for you, Mark Summers. There's one good one there for you. It's all type of little violent shit that takes place there. So this is them, says in a fan, blah, blah, blah. They fans fighting each other. All type of stuff. Yeah, they don't show this on ESPN and all that shit. Oh, here go a whole squad of players whooping a fan ass. Oh yeah, I mean, it can go on and on and on. I can keep pulling this shit up for you, Mark Summers. You watch hockey, I don't. Shit, at every sport event in inside of America, it's people who look like Mark Summers that are at these events fighting, whether even if it ain't here, over in Europe, they be the ones doing the shit. So therefore, a little bit of knowledge once again taught to Mark Summers by yours truly, homie. I ought to send you a bill, man. I'm teaching you too much for free. And then he says, oh yeah, let me read that comment once again after proving this fool wrong as always. Says, when do hockey players fight fans during games? Says, when does that happen? Go watch the videos. And he says he only has himself to blame for losing out on any of that money. Yeah, no doubt about it. I ain't about to defend DK Metcalf on that. He was stupid for that. And then I know boxing rolling. He's the Adrian Broner of the NFL. Yeah, that's exactly what you'd be. Wish a dumb player would go in the NFL owner's office saying some shit like that. And then Mir says some of these dudes' brain scans will end the NFL forever. Oh, and that's the other thing. Yeah, if some of these dudes probably got some issues on the brain, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that shit. Just like you had that fool Ruggs out here, because I seen they transported him to a new prison out here that effed his damn NFL career speeding because he's mad with his chick. I know that's why he was speeding. He definitely in that car mad with his chick, probably scaring her, speeding. A girl pulled out, he ran right into her. These fools is idiots, man. All these dummies is dumb. The biggest dummy who even free was that damn fool in the NBA. Remember that fool in the NBA kept shooting people? Then he ended up killing somebody and shit, faking like it was an accident. He had some people around him that looked out for him because I know damn well he probably killed that dude. What was that fool name? Jason Williams or some shit like that. Yeah, he was a real piece of shit doing dumb, idiotic shit. But yeah, Metcalf and a lot of these other players is definitely something wrong with their heads, man. A lot of these dudes who do professional sports involving contact, they definitely have something going on in their head. Be having to watch these retarded motherfuckers. And then especially if fool go swing on a person with blue hair and messing up $555,000, man. Crip Mac money. And then Mark Summers just says, nah, bro. Look, Mark Summers is shocked that people who look like him are who are at hockey events fighting their own, man. They don't get no wider than the ice and no wider than the people in the stands. And then I know boxing says I'm starting to think Mark Summers is a white guy. It says that's racist. Oh yeah, he harbors some of those views, but he's slowly breaking away from all the racist shit that was taught to him by coming over here. That's why I like when people like Mark Summers, who all throughout their existence they have had these ill views until they stumbled upon a motherfucker like me. Lysica says they be squabbling, says in the NASCAR events. Yeah, the NASCAR drivers get out and be fighting. They look like sissies. The dang NASCAR fans be acting like they the toughest dang sports people on the planet. Laziest fools you ever seen in your life. Fools sit there, drive around the circle. They fans be acting like they tough in mobile homes and pickup trucks going to the damn games and F-150s and then just think they all tough because Budweiser flowing through their blood. And you see the fools fight, man. NASCAR dudes is some of the, man, I think punters will whoop a NASCAR driver ass. These dudes is clowns, dude. And then NASCAR drivers look like straight bankers. These fools look like IT techs and shit. These fools ain't even tough dudes. The last tough dude in NASCAR is the fool who died. What was a dude? Eric Earnhardt. Not his son. His son was coming of the little dork looking drivers. But the father Earnhardt dude, he was like part of the little what do they call it? Prohibition run what do they call it? Moonshine running kind of look. And that's the thing, when you look at NASCAR, these drivers look like chumps. That's why nobody want to watch that shit. NASCAR drivers look like a bunch of Who is it? Some old chump looking like they play. I know they play music in their car. They bumping Taylor Swift and shit. Bunch of American Idol contestant music and shit. Who they look like? They look like I don't even know because I don't listen to that kind of music. I don't know what to say. These fools, they just look weak. NASCAR drivers look weak, and that's why NASCAR is trying to figure out how to grow their damn sport. Start getting them fools who look drunk and look like people who drive cars. Get them old Dale Earnhardt looking fools wearing cowboy hats, like cowboy hats. People who look like they really ride a horse and get their hands dirty. Man, these damn fools driving the cars now don't even know how to turn a wrench. These fools is chumps, homie. These old slick hair looking ass fools driving NASCARs and shit look weak, man. NASCAR is weak, it's soft. These people get out the car, can't fight for shit. Nobody want to watch that shit. I'd rather it be more Danica Patrick's in the dang NASCAR. Them old sissies got mad when she got into the damn sport. It need to be more female drivers in NASCAR because them dudes look just like women in there. Hair all straight. They wear them helmets. They helmets to keep their hair pressed down. And then yeah, they be squabbling like girls though. And then on the box it says Jason Williams, NBA says NBA played for the Nets, NBA player for the Nets, not NBA played. See, I'll tell you, I'm retarded. And then CJ says, man, since I just finished the Munchie B stream from yesterday, says we definitely gotta run that broke stream. Says that shit gonna be comedy, man. Oh yeah, yeah. I might as well start that mug today. I ought to end this one and start that mug. I can do that mug. I can definitely do that mug right after this. On the box it says NASCAR. It says it's garbage. And NASCAR weak because the drivers look like a bunch of Tom Brady looking motherfuckers. Oh, weak clowns. Bunch of Tom Brady looking ass clowns. They weak and soft as motherfuckers. You shake their hand and break the shit. And then Mark Sumner says, "Why are you talking about NASCAR now?" Look, he get mad anytime I talk about these sports. Yeah, the weakest of sports. Yeah, the damn horse jockeys look tougher than NASCAR drivers. Like these fools is weak. You ever seen the NASCAR fight? Them is some of the that shit is embarrassing. To see that after they helmets come off, be like, those is dudes. Like, you think some girls, some fools with press ons about to get out the way they be fighting. Like, oh, they about to break a nail or some shit. Then they helmet come off. They helmet start coming off. You see hair like a girl, and then and it drops this fool's a dude. Like, oh man, turn the channel. That's when black folks first start watching a NASCAR event. And, at work and they co-workers talking about this great thing coming on this weekend, NASCAR, man. You ought to watch it. Fucking Dale, what's that fool? The one fool used to be winning. He looked like a chump. His name was Dale something. Not Dale Earnhardt, was another little scrawny looking fool. He used to get commercials and stuff. Hey, that's the fool who I'm thinking about. Toby Keith used to wear the little weird looking hair. He's on the show. That's who they look like. A bunch of Toby Keith looking fools. Since they played nothing but Toby Keith and Jelly Roll in the parking lots. Yeah, and in the cars too. And in them cars. I think that's the country looking fool I'm talking about. He looked soft too. Even the country music singers don't look country anymore. They don't look country at all. Wait, no, it ain't Toby Keith I'm talking about. Was a fool. He later became like a judge on American Idol. They look like that fool. Not Toby Keith. But like I say, country music stars don't look like that. They start putting eyeliner on these fools and shit. Them fools look weak. Everything about the country, and that's why they do nothing but crying. The Trump side of the country who vote like that, they weak. They do nothing but cry like hoes because they've been listening. They've been thinking they tough, trying to be America, and they've been watching NASCAR where the drivers look like a bunch of girls. They fight like them. They country music look like girls. Yeah, Ryan Seacrest, that's the fool. Ryan Seacrest is a NASCAR driver. That's what all them fools in NASCAR look like. And the ones who sing country music look like that fool. They look like Ryan Seacrest. And then these fools got the audacity to be the ones pushing about all this. They talking about girls, men and girls sports and all that shit. That's a bunch of goddamn, goddamn people listening to y'all music. Y'all done influenced that shit. They've been watching NASCAR and be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna go join the girl track team." They fucking yeah, NASCAR inspired me to go watch some damn girls, some girls track. Yeah, this that fool. Dale, look at Dale Earn. No, what's that fool? Jeff Gordon. That's the fool I'm talking about. Look how this fool look, man. Thanks for that. That's exactly what I'm looking for, CJ. Daryl, I mean, not I call him Dale Earnhardt, but Jeff Gordon. I'm gonna go to the old NASCAR drivers. They don't look nothing like these twerps that drive these cars today. Look at this fool. Look at this fool. Man. This fool. These are the NASCAR drivers of the day. And that's how soft y'all got in that rural side of America. Watching sports with dudes that look like that. Then they get out the car and want to fight each other. Oh my God. Let me show the 1980s NASCAR drivers. Let's show them. And even the country music. Country music people used to look tougher than these fools. This is what NASCAR drivers used to look like before they went to the girly look. Before they went to the girly look, this the NASCAR that Mark Summers grew up. No, that Mark Summers didn't grow up watching. And this is why he always whining. These fools are like the fools about to go run dope across the country or damn look mud on this shit. Look, that's the fool right there. That's the when he died. That's when that dang NASCAR crap got all soft and shit. And look, the drivers look like pure idiots. The drivers are just straight dumb. Just and that's what the people want NASCAR to come back to. Where the driver just look dumb, but he'll risk it. He'll risk it all. He just drive Talladega Night with this mug. Look at this car. Look, even they stand in some old gangster pose. Now these fools stand with their hands on their hips. If I show the today's NASCAR picture, that the driver probably got his hands on his hips. Look at this fool sitting gangster with it. And that's what's missing with NASCAR. Even though country backwood, the ones who still got testosterone in their system, they want to watch that shit. And then damn, what I was about to say, I was gonna show Richard Petty, somebody put. Let me see, who is Richard Petty? Let me see. Let me see. If he an old school one, then he looked tough. I said Earnhardt Jr. Look, who wrote that shit? Velocity Cuts. Oh, Velocity Cuts a infiltrator. He be watching NASCAR. That fool knew who this fool was. But yeah, he a tough dude too. He was a tough guy too, versus the ones today. So that's Richard Petty. I thought it was Earnhardt, Dale Earnhardt. Yeah, these fools when NASCAR was tough. Now you got a bunch of chemists driving damn cars and shit now. Bunch of Dexter's laboratory ass dudes. And then these are people trying to talk about America and all that. Because NASCAR be the place in America, all that America, this talking about America and all that other crap. They got a bunch of little weak offsprings and grew up watching Jeff Gordon's and crap. Now these fools, man, I'm gonna knock this crap off with these fools. I don't listen to nothing come from people who ain't born in the urban city. If you ain't from an urban city, I don't want to hear nothing from you. And then Mark Summers said Jeff Gordon says will probably beat your like he mad. He mad I'm talking about Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon looked like old nuclear physicist and shit. Oh, MC squared ass driver, man. Get up out of here, homie. And he says they tough because they got a mustache. No, I'm pretty sure if they got out the car and fight. They gonna fight better than these damn scientific motherfuckers y'all got driving NASCARs today. Fools driving that car with fucking calculators and shit. And then Mark Summers says, a lot of black people in the South love. No, they don't. They don't watch that crap. That's why they dominating the football field. Y'all like NASCAR because y'all don't run 4.5s. Since you can't run a 4.5 in the combine, you must drive a car that goes 4.5 and to 60. 0 to 60 in 4.5 since you can't run it. And then Mark Sumner says it's big amongst blacks in the South. Says you don't know the truth. Says you don't know nothing, man. Ain't no black people watching that NASCAR shit, except ones living close to plantations. And then Jacob Jones says I can't sit for hours watch these dudes says go in the circle. Right. Only non-athletic people, country horse riding people watch that shit. You gonna watch a car? That seems like the dummies that bring this damn car thing out here to mess the strip up, build all this worthless crap out here to drive these F1 cars down the damn Vegas strip for you only see a car that go 250 damn miles an hour and watch the car just go View, and then now you back to just man, and they spend all that money for that dumb crap. If they don't take that mess somewhere else, get the hell up out of here with that. And then sit at a NASCAR event just to listen to how loud, because all you're gonna get from them cars is the how loud they are because they're extremely loud, and then watch them sit by and then you don't see them no more because they're on the other side of a building and shit. You gotta wait for the car to come all the way completely back around the whole damn strip, which going 250 miles is still gonna take 5 more minutes, and you only get the cars move so fast you can't even really see the shit. Then you gotta look at a TV screen. Like, you dummies and spend all that money. Y'all sit there and watch it for free. I wouldn't even watch that mess. I wouldn't even watch that mess if it was nothing on TV and I was bored. I'm going to sleep, homie. I'm going to sleep. And Jimmy Bernard says, is NASCAR a sport? Them fools call it a sport. They call it a sport. I don't know what the hell they call that crap. And then and the Velocity Cuss says, nah, says I don't watch it. It says, but Michael Jordan says it's all about NASCAR. It says I cop some motorsport J's though. Man, they need Michael Jordan. That's why Jordan in that shit. They need Michael Jordan because them old Dexter Laboratory looking fools done killed NASCAR. NASCAR was never nothing though, but it was bigger than what it is. It started dying off. Even Pepsi and all them endorsement, they get all that sponsorship and it still don't help NASCAR. NASCAR still sucks. And that's because they remember they was trying to remember. This is the funny thing with NASCAR, I knew it was dying. It was years ago when they was trying to get black folks. They were trying to diversify. That's why they brought that girl in there. The black folks, black folks still was like, man, I ain't riding in that old bull crap ass sport. I can still run through a wall. I ain't sitting in no damn car. My attention span ain't that goddamn short. So they said the hell with that NASCARs, but they try to get black viewership over there. Because if black folks become interested in NASCAR, NASCAR becomes American, a big time American sport, just like golf became. Black folks start watching golf with Tiger Woods. It becomes amazing. Tennis became big with the Serena sisters. So at one point, NASCAR was trying to get the black folks in. They want you making money, and they wanted your money to spend on it by you making it cool. They even I remember they brought this one year, and them damn fans was not accepting. They brought that fool Brian McKnight there. Brian McKnight was there to do the national anthems with his sons. And you thought they tripped on Kaepernick. They tripped on his sons, man, went off on that fool. One of the sons had his hat on his head. They all in the stand, respect the flag, take that goddamn hat off your head. Whose hair nappy and shit. It was on his ass. Salute Jimmy Bernard. Says what's good. Salute to the chat. Mark Summers says if they race minivans, says you'll watch it. No, I wouldn't. I ain't watching none of y'all sports. And then Deuce Times in the building. Salute to the relatives. Salute. And then Velocity Cuss says, imagine how much they spend on F1 racing. Shaking my head. Man, they spend millions of dollars. And then they be interfering with the businesses that are out here. Some of them old that been there for a long time that aren't strip connected, like smaller little operation business that lose money. Man, they be affected by that, especially when they're doing the construction and messes up traffic. And then they tear that shit down. And then CJ says, Jordan just sued NASCAR, says this month, laugh out loud. Yeah, I seen that because they was doing something. I know they was doing something illegal because they know with Jordan coming in there, some of the white dudes gonna be losing their jobs. They're gonna be up out of there. So that's the thing. They don't want black ownership in there because of the popularity they're gonna bring. Don't let them start winning. Hopefully Jordan don't go into NASCAR and become Deion Sanders and shit. Go in there and just start losing. And then Marcel, you see the Colorado man, all his players in the damn transfer portal and shit. And then Mark Summers says, black people love NASCAR. Says, you don't know what you talking about. Well, you show me a black person that love it. And I'll show you a person who's a fool. You show me a black person that love NASCAR, I'll show you a fool. Now, when Jordan started gaining his popularity in it, he may revolutionize it. And then hopefully Jordan got $1 billion won in that lawsuit. Laska says MJ grew up in the grew up in a nick of town in North Carolina, so he had no choice but to be into that shit. Yeah, right. Jordan doing that shit for business. And then Jacoby Jones says it's one of them sports says that is better in a person than at home. Man, what? Listening to a loud ass car down there blow your eardrum out? That shit is trash in person. I've been to one of them damn events with cars, loud as hell. You really, when you go to F1, when them cars about to start, they sitting at that damn start line. That mess will blow your eardrum out if you don't have the ear shit. You don't have them ear things on your ear. Them cars is so damn loud. Like what the hell? And I thought when they were driving, it made that noise because I used to hear it like way where I lived at Long Beach because they used to race downtown Long Beach, and you hear them cars, vroom, vroom, vroom. I thought it was because of that. When I went to that mess, man, them cars as loud as I don't know what. They louder than the airplane. And then Mark Sumner says, Pittsburgh T says probably loves NASCAR. With the way he loves Trump, I wouldn't be surprised if Pitt did. And Mark Sumner says you have people here says that love it, says, but they're scared to say they like anything. He says that might be popular. Nah, that might be unpopular. He says, yes, unpopular, so they don't like that shit. Yeah, so I don't blame them for hiding that. Man, nobody black watch what's that called, NASCAR. Like America is the inner city, and the direction America. I ain't gonna say that because I think people in rural areas should have their sense of what it is to live in America. But overall, they should never have a statement to make about what people grow up in the main cities, the hub of America, and the mindset that rules America. So we don't need to listen to y'all. Y'all bring y'all little garbage can sports and pushing them off on people. And then CJ says, I take my son to Monster Jam. Says, and those engines are crazy loud. Says, from the parking lot. Says, I can only imagine. Says, the F1s and the NASCAR engines in person. Man, them mugs is you wouldn't even want to, if you ain't got earplugs, you wouldn't even want to be there when them cars is like at them finish lines. When they about to give the little, what is that, the little start flag, whatever they call it, you wouldn't even want to sit there if you don't have earplugs. And I didn't have earplugs. I went with Big Dowdy down there. Man, I was listening like them little ass cars make that goddamn much noise. And then they be rumbling. You feel that shit through your chest like, oh, hell no. Like I had to go away from that behind the bleachers just to get until they start that crap. And then when it start, I'd be like, oh man, I'm about to go home. I'm leaving. That shit was doo-doo. I was just shocked with how loud them cars was that for a moment, but they was just too loud. And then when the race start, man, the car go zoom, and then that shit be, you gotta look at the screen. I don't know what the hell the screen mean. The screen got all these numbers. Somebody pictured this. I don't know none of the drivers. Man, this shit was stupid. Man, I'm glad to hear a loud car, but I'm out. I never ever want to go to that shit. Then I'm pretty sure after they had this shit, maybe one more year, ain't nobody gonna want to go to that shit. That F1 shit is some shit out of Italy or somewhere over on the other side of the ocean. Don't nobody like that stupid shit. And then NASCAR already halfway done, but at least at NASCAR you get to see the car. The car don't disappear on you; it's just going in a circle and shit. And then Velocity Cut says, "But them cars is loud as I don't know what." I can't imagine how much gas. Oh, that's what I want to see. What is the miles per gallon these cars get? That shit gotta be extremely low. But them cars to make that kind of noise, they gotta really be burning through gas. They have to be burning through a ton of gas. Let me see. Let's see. Where is this at? Miles per gallon. MPG for an F1 car. That shit gotta be like 2 miles a gallon. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. The typical Formula One racing car is about 70 miles. What? Oh, 7.1 miles a gallon. Yeah, I'm shocked it gets that, but that's almost what a big rig would get. And for that car to be so light, how big is the tank on that mug? Oh, let me see what kind of fuel. So this is some history on that F1. Them cars is a lot. They almost sound like they take jet fuel in them shits. And they see. So Formula One race cars says are some of the fastest cars on the planet. Sure, it says there are faster cars out there. It says but they're specifically designed types that break land speed records. It says when these lightweight speed demons are really pouring it on, says how many miles are they getting per gallon? The typical F1 race car says about 7.1 miles per gallon. Says that's a judgment call by professionals. Guessing at the MPG says because Formula One race teams don't have to release the miles per gallon. So this is a guess. So they don't even really know. I'm gonna say they get 2 miles a gallon and shit because them cars is moving. Them cars are. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, this is the octane of the fuel because them cars is going like what them cars can do 200 miles an hour. A Formula One race car says holds about 26, 28 gallons in a fuel tank. So according to Formula One rules, says the cars can hold no more than 105 kilograms. Says the weight limitations make sense. Says with extreme aerodynamics and safety concerns on the track. So that's still a big tank. That's bigger than the car I got. But then looking at them cars, they very small cockpit and everything else in the back. So they can go, says, which should be no more than 190 miles. Says 41 race cars have to have enough fuel, says to make it through an entire race, says, which should be no more than 190 miles. Oh, so they race. That's what they got to do. So they driving 190 miles in these races. See, I don't understand nothing about them races, man. That shit didn't make no sense to me when I went to that. So they run and I know what's the I don't even get NASCAR. What is NASCAR? They got to go so many laps. So is it like I know they got a Daytona 500. Do they got to do 500 laps? I'll go to sleep, man. Ain't no ain't no way I can do that NASCAR. I got to do 500 laps. It ain't that many Tupac and Snoop Dogg albums that'll keep me awake during that shit, man. Hell no. Hey, do I get a teammate? Man, I had to do it. I'll be on the team, man. We gonna share these laps like hell no. 500 laps in a circle. You just seeing the same shit? No, ain't no damn way. Ain't no way. Let's a big one of them old big fat big fat trailer park women got her titties out. That's the only damn way. Velocica says, you see that skit of Drewski says that the NASCAR bit, yeah, with his in white skin, yeah, that fool Drewski is comedy, man. That fool is really funny as hell, man. He put on some he put on some amazing skits, bro. And the production behind his skits is comedy. And then Jacob Jones says he says I turn NASCAR on, says if I'm says I'm trying to go to bed. Man, I wouldn't dare turn that shit on. That shit is dumb to me. Now, maybe they explain the rules and shit. And the Deuce Time says Jordan does love NASCAR. Says in the motorsports, man, he ain't watching that bullshit. He trying to make money on that shit. And then Matt F says redneck shit. Yeah, nobody like that NASCAR shit unless you in the country. And then Velocica says the engineering on that shit says it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, listen to Muggs. I'm surprised they don't blow up the way they do. Y'all see that fool who made I put that mess on the Instagram. I'm surprised they ain't banned me from posting that shit. The dude from what's that shit? The dude who made he the creator of Call of Duty. That fool had that car accident in that Ferrari and lost his life. I'm like, man, that's why I be like, if I got rich, I would not buy no car like that. That car's going so fast, the damn brakes didn't even stop the shit. And then out of all places, they put a brick ass wall. Ain't that some shit? This fool driving through like some hills in California, and out of all places to put a big ass concrete wall, it's right where he needed to hit the brakes and smack this shit. Because at first I'm watching, like, how did that car just break up and blow up like that? And then I see, damn, he had a concrete wall of all places to put this crap. Like, why would somebody put that there when you need to? Like, that was the dumb. Whoever designed that shit, the family of that dude ought to sue the fuck out of them for putting the damn brick barrier right there where people need to drive off. They lose control to drive off in the dirt. Somebody got a brick ass wall. Like, that was some smart thing to stop a car. Like, oh my God. Them fools is gone instantly from that shit. And then Jacob says, did you see the 49ers slap the Colts? Nah, but I'm shocked with how the Colts season them fell apart. I am shocked as hell, but that's how football goes, man. They was on the Colts had an amazing run. It was almost gonna match with what the college team in Indiana did, and that shit just fell. Everything fell out the bottom on them. Same thing with the Chiefs. And he says, it's like 500 laps or some shit. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that NASCAR shit. Yeah, I'll quit. Hey, coach, hey, coach, I'm out. I can't do this shit no more. Yeah. I didn't get enough sleep. 500. And then Picasso says, Jeff says 200 miles plus. Says an airplane says can go 550. And then Jacob says they got Phillip Rivers says on lights. Oh my God. And I forgot. That's another reason I don't like the NFL. Phillip Rivers is fucking playing. Oh nah. I think that's probably why I ain't been catching games. Like I said, I'm a protesting ass type dude, man. Phillip Rivers is back in the goddamn league. Oh, I forgot they lost that's what Deuce Time says. He talking about no quarterback, no win. Man, you gonna knock that quarterback shit out of here. Knock that quarterback shit off. You no coach, no win. Sorry ass coaching and sorry ass playbooks, no win. Yeah, the quarterback ain't the only motherfucker on the field. I see teams with a quarterback and the quarterback can't throw for shit. So Phillip Rivers in there, he didn't play too bad. He didn't play too bad at all. And that's crazy. They brought this old ass fool back. Then Brock Purdy put 5 of them in the end zone, what his receivers did. And look, once again, Deuce Time, that's why I listen to Deuce Time's opinion, because he be up there hating on Christian McCaffrey, who's a all-around complete football player. 2 touchdowns, 117 on the ground, 29 through the air, 2 touchdowns. This time's gonna be doing football. He be hating. He won't even admit when he be hating. No fumbles from that dude. That white dude can ball. That's one of the white dudes who, without white hyping, is a true to life football player. Is this Christian McCaffrey dude? That dude balls, man. And you know why he can play football? Because he didn't grow up watching NASCAR and shit, or living where his parents taught him he would be driving a race car as a profession. So you gonna run these hills, boy. And then Jacob says he didn't says their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. Says to be honest, yeah, no, Phillip Rivers had a good game, and that's crazy that they bring this old ass fool back, and he's in the league starting. But if I was Cam Newton and even I'd be pissed off that Phillip Rivers got an opportunity to come back in the league. What's the name? Kaepernick and Cam Newton, I'd be pissed off. But then again, it goes into that's why I don't like the NFL. I don't like these teams, none of that shit. And then Jacob says Christian McCaffrey says 1,000 yards receiving, says 1,000-yard rushing this year. Yeah, and Deuce Times be hating on this fool. I don't know where his receiving yards at. Let me see his stats. Yeah, that fool's an all-around football player. Everywhere he go, he balling. He did that shit in Carolina. He done that shit in San Francisco. And Deuce Times, this fool down there, this fool, outside of having injuries, this dude a guaranteed 1,000-yarder. But he got 5, was that 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is gonna be his 5th year, 1,000 yards rushing, high yardage in the passing game. So he got 820 on this year. And these in the years where the production is low is where he got injuries or whatnot. Dude is hella of effective player, man. Hella effective player. Can't hate on this guy at all. Can't hate on him at all. I don't know why Deuce Time don't get this guy his credit. This guy's a hella fine football player. Let me see throughout his career. Let me see. Throughout his career, he's already at how many touchdowns? That's 61 rushing touchdowns, 34. So he's almost close to 100 yards 100 yard. I mean, not 100 yards. He's close to 100 touchdowns in his career, and the fact he's able to do it from the air and on ground, like the dude's a hell of a football player, bro. Like I don't get where you be bashing this dude. And then Picasso says Paul Walker says crashed in a Porsche, right? Says they said if it was a different Porsche, says the gas tank says wouldn't have been in the front, says and dude probably would have lived. Now I think you crashed some of them fast ass supercars, man. You hit them at a high speed, bro, they gonna outside of where they say they break apart and all that crap, you probably still gonna die. Them cars made out of fiberglass and all that other shit. Like that's why it makes no sense to have those kind of cars and then they low to the ground to have them cars with all that power on these streets. And that's the other bugged out thing, man. These fools do not repair these goddamn streets. These streets got all type of potholes. The freeways got potholes. That's why I don't see how people ride motorcycles, man. I would not ride a motorcycle. And our money and this other thing with politics, even this dumb president sitting there naming big ass military ships out, he want everything named after him. Now this fool announced the next Navy destroyer is gonna be named after him. Pretty soon he gonna have the next aircraft carrier, the Trump class. This fool is a nutcase. He better try to get everything that he can have his name on before they remove it and remove him. Then he got this mess. He about to send us to war, and that's what he preparing the country for. Be ready. This fool stopped the damn wind farms out there in the ocean. This fool going up there to force Greenland into letting them take over for security. He stopped this wind farm thing saying it's a national security risk. And now he's up there trying to push this Greenland stuff. Trump ought to be forced by the Supreme Court to go be a frontline soldier in whatever war he's starting. Take your ass right to the damn front lines. Dig you a foxhole there, Trumpy boy. And then these fools hiding themselves up out that Epstein file too. And the Deuce Time says high stat says because he got the force feed says because they force feed. I don't know why y'all be writing something messed up because they gotta force feed them. Like, dude, that's ridiculous hater shit, bro. Like, damn, man, stop the hater shit, man. We gotta be players about shit, man. Like, stop being a hater, man. That white dude is a baller, homie. And I thought San Francisco season was trash. I didn't even know they had this many wins on the year. Like, you got to start giving credit where credit is due, homie. It'll make you be better. It'll make you a better person to be that way versus being a purified hater. You just be straight up hating, man. And then it'll make your selections on sports knowledge much better. And your good thing you ain't betting on sports. I hope not. Your sports decisions are bad. And then Jacob says put the Congress out there too. Says, oh yeah, Congress too. The ones who push for war, put them on the front line. The ones who don't do the right legislation that hurts Americans, put them out there on the front line too. We need our leaders to really show that they're warriors and leaders and patriotic. We want patriots on the front line. Hegseg, send them out on the front line. Don't let them fight. No airplanes. None of that coward military airplane flying shit. None of that coward shit being on boats far away from the land. Since these are land wars, you must front line on land. Get in the tank. Get your boots on the ground. Get in the Humvee. And then Jacob says put the Congress out there too. Says they all need to go. Says they all need to go. Says y'all gotta use punctuations when y'all write too, because it's hard to read long statements without certain breaks and what you write and shit. And he says all need to go in there. Says put the Congress out there too. Says they all need to go. Says been in there 50 years. Says and we wonder why nothing changes, and that's the truth. You got these old time geriatrics up in the damn government. And the dude sign says nigga read a stat sheet says and think he knows something. Bro, you got to go off of stats of what we read and shit. What you want to do? his full career of highlights. Like, what the hell are you talking about? And he says, stop being a glazer, man. Now I'm a glazer because I'm giving the white dude his credit. And he says, don't miss me off. Wait, he said, oh, don't piss. He said, don't, he said, don't piss me off. You got to stop being a fucking hater, man. God damn, man. It is not hard to not be a damn hater, man. This dude been hating on McCaffrey since he been up in what's that place he came from? From Carolina. I'm like, man. Oh, wait up. Damn, don't tell me Colorado about to lose somebody else. Juju Willis simply responds to the wait, no. I'm about to say the I know Dion didn't lose that young quarterback he got, Juju Lewis. That was somebody in there clickbaiting and shit. Yeah, but let me see. Damn, I was about to pull something up. I didn't got distracted jumping over here to check something. Uh then whatever it is. But I'll probably end this one, man. I'm gonna do the stream on being broke. Let's do the stream on being broke. And then on the box it says red start hating, says start hating people, says with the reading rate. Oh, said not damn, says start heating, says red start hitting people with the reading rainbow video again, says bring it back. Yeah, I'm gonna start definitely doing that shit when people can't write right, or when I can't read comments right. Mark Summers said, Lee Deuce alone says, you the biggest hater. No, I ain't the biggest hater. I'm the biggest educator, homie. And I definitely be sitting here educating you because your community ain't taught you nothing. And the Deuce sign says, watch the game, says, not a damn worksheet, Point Dexter. Man, dudes, I watch games and I know what I'm watching, bro. I know what I'm seeing when I watch games, bro. I don't got to follow that. I don't watch games all the time because I'm not a fanatic for no damn organization. I don't like the league. I don't like certain shit about these good old boy system ass clubs. And therefore I would turn away from wanting to watch that shit. And to be honest, the only sport I really like is boxing. And then even that shit, I protest that shit because that shit be weak as hell. These fighters in here be acting weak and soft in them up. That's why Jake Paul, the realest motherfucker, they be out here boxing and shit. Why everybody following him? Because these fighters is whack as shit. But outside of all these sports, I follow the boxing shit. And then Mark Summers says no you don't, says no you don't know ball, says Red just being honest, says what you just being honest. And then Junior Bell says Caden Salter says in the transfer. No, Caden Salters need to go in the nursing program or some shit. All that chasing football dream for Caden Salters need to be over with. I don't know why he wasting his time. He need to go work on using his college time to go earn him a PhD or some shit. And then Mark Summers says, you're good with boxing, says to be fair. Now I know my boxing shit, but I don't cover that shit. These fools is, oh my God. Man. And then now the star of boxing and got his damn jaw broke. That motherfucking AJ broke his jaw. And for the first time, my kids in here asking me, sending me shit about this boxing. My kids are interested in this shit. And guess now who their fans is. So you got this new generation. You know who the biggest star in boxing now? Anthony Joshua. That was the most brilliant shit AJ did in his career. Is to go over here and fight Jake Paul, break Jake Paul whole face circuitry and shit. And now all the kids are just like, oh, AJ is this. AJ got the brawls back in boxing and shit. So now you go to a game, it's going to be bad brawls that you can run through and shit. And you put your finger on a seat and let them sit there. And then Picasso says, y'all know Reggie says always right, says always right side. And then Jashawn, they're laughing out loud. And then Jacob says, I watch the UFC. I'm gonna watch the UFC religiously when they kick Dana White punk ass out of it. When Dana White gone, then I'll start watching it. Dana White be trying to whitewash the UFC too much. He do too much whitewashing. And then Dusan says you don't watch C-Mac, says you don't watch C-Mac, says but know how good he is. I do watch Christian McCaffrey when I watch the games. So I can go easily watch a highlight. Show me every play he done got the ball because somebody gonna put the highlight together. And then Jashawn says boxing is the weakest sport right now. It is, bro. You ain't gonna hear me amping up. That's why I don't talk about it. I don't talk about boxing. I cover the boxing matches, but all the news, oh, this person gonna fight. No, they not. They ain't gonna fight. They'll fight the week the fight is about to happen, like the week away in. Then that's when I'll make a video say to cover this fight. But all that shit I used to cover when I first started that shit, ain't no way. Remember they all that clout chasing shit they used to do, and they gonna fight this person, fight that. Like, oh hell no. Nah. But Anthony Joshua, the biggest star in boxing now. Canelo done fell off. The Mexican fans mad at him. He didn't let Terrence Crawford whoop his ass, embarrassed them. Now they don't talk Spanish no more. And the Michelob, know what they drink. The Corona Modelo is gone. Like Canelo embarrassed them. They ain't there no more. Crawford and retired and shit. And then now AJ being seen by a younger generation and women, and then broke J. Paul whole jawbone off, and he the big time star until they watch Tyson Fury whoop his ass. Tyson Fury gonna whoop AJ ass. They gonna be all at that damn fight. They gonna be at the AJ versus Fury fight, amped up, and Fury gonna beat Anthony Joshua ass. They gonna be heartbroken like a bug. And then Jashawn's, oh yeah, I read that one. And then Mark Summers says Joshua says got the opportunity of a lifetime, says when Jake offered him the fight. Absolutely. That was one of the smartest acceptance to a fight ever for Anthony Joshua. And then they talk about how much money them fools made. I was looking at the money they said they made, but then they show how much taxes. That motherfucker. Hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers that took Anthony Joshua money, man. They said that fool paying something like $30 million in taxes. Man, man, Queen, you can kiss my ass, man. AJ ought to say, fuck going back to the UK. Them fools, oh man, ain't no damn way. Yeah, I'll be mad at my government. Like, you ain't touching this shit. Like, hell no. Because I wonder, do you get taxes when you go to, they don't tax you when you fight in Saudi Arabia, huh? They probably tax you when you bring that shit back over here, probably. Boy, that tax has got a piss of, you hit a big time jackpot. That's why so many people be anti-government. I'm with the government. I don't mind paying taxes. But if I ever hit like the lottery or some shit, and it like tonight 1.6, and then they then they send my check and it's like 500 million gone. Oh yeah. I'm front lining the protest against the IRS. I'll be hot than a motherfucker. And then on a box it says it was a fabulous sight. Says watching Sideshow Bob says a boxing. Jake Paul says get a crush or getting crushed says like that. Now, I like Jake Paul. Jake Paul really than any of these fools in boxing, man. I like Jake Paul. And then Go Young DJ in the building. Salute, bro. Oh, I read in the Kev Mac yesterday, Go Young DJ, and he says, why didn't Jake Paul fight Tank? Man, fuck Tank. He didn't fight Tank because, I mean, shit, it's a bigger fight fighting AJ. He didn't fight Tank because Tank a piece of shit. Tank start running these legal issues, and Tank should have been fighting Lamont Roach. And then to be honest, I think Jake Paul would have probably whooped Tank ass. He would have he probably would have punched Tank up. Just I don't know. I think he would have whooped Tank ass. And then Jacob says I'd rather watch NASCAR than boxing right now. Nah, I'd never want to watch NASCAR with anything. I'd rather watch what's old trash ass sport. It's some real trash ass sports out here. I'd rather watch swimming or some shit. And then do so. I'd rather go be at the kids' little league game, because that's some boring shit to watch too. When your kids young and they want to play baseball and all that shit is trash. Then that's out of love. I sit there and suffer through that shit versus watching NASCAR. And the Deuce Time says highlights don't tell the story of the game. Einstein, let fool Deuce just always want to argue. He says taxes are theft. But taxes also come with programs. They come with programs meant for welfare and shit. So I ain't against that. I'm an American homeboy, and I'm about the building of a nation. I believe the wealthy should pay taxes. I don't think the everyday person should pay taxes. I think people making 10 million annually, they should be paying a lot of taxes, especially their wealth comes off the back of labor and shit. And that's why they expediting this shit with forcing the computers and other robotics to take over shit. And the Midtown Throw says, unless you rescind your U.S. citizenship, says no matter where you are, says gotta pay taxes on earned income. Damn. Oh man, so I go to Saudi Arabia and fight in front of Turkey people and come back, and good old Uncle Sam want a chunk. I hide that shit. Hey, Turkey, lie to these motherfuckers. Hey, give me my shit under the table, Turk dog. Tell him I came over here and fought for about 150,000. Yeah, the other one, man, put it in my luggage. Put it in my luggage. Put it somewhere. 'Cause I know customs gonna be over here checking for this shit. Yeah, put it in your plane and I'll meet you on the back side of the gate. Yeah, we transfer the money on the other side of the gate. Cause you know, foreigners come over here and they gotta go through all the checks that Americans gotta go through. So yeah, Turkey, land your plane behind mine. You get in your car, meet me on the other side of the gate, cause customs ain't gonna check you. They just check us. And then Otto Boxer says you should really take reading lessons. Says if you gotta keep doing this podcast, says your reading is terrible. No, it be the way y'all write. That should be throwing me off, bro. Go Young DJ says, me, you, and Kev says all live in the Southwest, huh? Yeah, I'm on the Southwest as well, yeah. And then Jacob says, man, since I thought we left England, says to get away from taxes. Man, the king and them brought their family over here. That's all that shit was. That's all that shit was. The people who came to America to start this shit was relatives of them people in England. So they wanted to get their own form of taxes along with the poor and uneducated. See, that's what all this shit set up from the people from like 400 or 500 years ago. If they were a little bit more open into what the future looked like, they would have fought against that shit. They would have resisted a lot of this. And we stuck in these current systems. It don't make no sense to tear all this shit apart again and create these civil conflicts to the point of bloodshed anymore. But they should have been done back then before they let these fools dupe them and set up agreements. And you meet in a room, and man, you can easily throw this shit apart. You can easily overturn that shit. But then what do you get? That's why it's pointless to go into some of these conflicts and overthrow and shit. Some of it don't make sense. And then and the Velocity Cuz says, hey Cuz, says you calling Riyadh Samurai season, says this Saturday, says gotta root for the homie, says gotta root for the homie Picasso, says against Inoue. Yeah, I'm gonna call that one. Thank God it's on a Saturday, you saying. And then Picasso says, so that will make it like early Friday then, right? And then says Picasso says jiu-jitsu is a sport, says, but I'd rather be competing than watching. Now I can watch any fight sport. I fuck with the fight sports because I used to always want to be a fighter, so I can watch that shit. And then Ace Retro says exactly, says how does someone whose net worth is literally millions says pay the same, not pat, but pay the same as someone who makes 75K. Yeah, it makes zero sense. The system is backwards. And the system backwards because wealthy people get to serve in political roles because dumb, poor, backwood, ignorant people born in the South and Midwest and some dummies and a few dummies in the West vote for these damn wealthy fools that go into politics, fake like they're going to represent you, scare you into saying, vote for me so the gays don't use your bathroom. Vote for me because you don't want to take the jab and this and that. Yeah, I got these dummies lined up. Look at the line around the corner full of stupid motherfuckers. They about to vote for me. Oh shit, we got this shit. While we at it, let's go run it up for our own pockets. We don't give these dummies shit. They used to being poor. They used to being dumb. We just gonna make it feel good for them. Yeah, let me do this shit in my little speech. Man, we done built the greatest economy in the world, and I done pulled in 30 trillion, quadrillion, gazillion dollars in there. But well, Trump, where are is that? The goddamn IRS. Cold-blooded. It's tied up in this goddamn government. We need to destroy more of these government departments. And then maybe you'll get some of it. Maybe in May you'll get some of it. You gonna only get 2,000 of it. They're gonna collect all this money. You only get 2,000 of it. You stupid motherfuckers. Trump is dumb, but he know y'all's dumber. And he says, I leave my money in the bank, says so when I retired, says I have a home there too. yeah, my money wouldn't come back, man. I would definitely hide my taxes, man. I seen that fool agent had to pay like 30 million in his shit. I'm like, man, the queen need to go box for some of that shit. Like, that's a cold concept to think that these fools set up a system and said, hey, homie, that was like some real gangster shit. You just finished working? Yeah, it was payday? Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna need some of that. Oh, some hoes. We some hoe ass people, bro. That's some real foul shit when you think about it. We some straight up hoes in this world, but it ain't our fault. It's some people from all them years ago. The ones from England, and they came over here and became double hoes. You was a hoes in England, getting pimped by the king, then come over here and be a hoe again, paying taxes. Say, hey man, you just earned some money, you cash a check. Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that shit, or else I'm gonna lock you up, or we gonna blow this shit up. Okay, okay, King. And then Dusai says bunch of lokes running to Vegas. It's fool Deuce. And then Mirror says, "What? I ain't a gang mirror, Deuce. I don't know why you put that shit on me." And then Mirror says, "What time is anyway?" Man, you know that shit about to be at like what kind of crazy time? Like 3 in the morning West Coast time. And Picasso in there rolling, and he says 6 a.m. again. Hell yeah, that shit gonna be 6 a.m. for NUA. And then, but that fool NUA can squab. I be watching this shit. NUA get dropped. NUA like the hardest fighter out here, homie. NUA get dropped, get up, and then whoop whoever dropped them ass. And then Jacob says, and then he like a K-pop motherfucker. He only like he can fight. You go to way and just talk big shit to NUA. You walk up like, man, who the fuck you talk that big shit? That nigga straight up karate movie. Like karate movie with the gloves on. That little fool be squabbing. He Bruce Lee in the boxing gloves. He just look out. He look like a buster. You ever see them fools you growing up, the big dudes who be all tough and bad, be talking shit and bullying people, and then they get their ass whooped? That's what anyway be doing, because he look like a chump. He like, oh, one of them old show enough motherfuckers coming to the fight. And anyway, whoop your motherfucking ass. That's what happened to Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph ain't been the same since that NUA ass whooping. None of these fools the same when NUA get a hold of them. NUA in here doing you can shit on motherfuckers. And then Jacob says Picasso says you don't want to leave it in the bank. Says put in investment. Says because over time your money loses value. Says because everything is increasing. And it's crazy that you make money and these niggas convince us that we got to put your money to some other motherfucker to invest it so they get rich off your money, and then you really don't get shit in return. Like we gotta fix this system, homie. We gotta fix this system. I don't want to put my money in some funky ass coin some old computer dork that made up and convince me that it's supposed to earn all this money. Like, I don't trust none of that shit. I know boxing and they're rolling. And then Go Young DJ says Jake Paul moved to Puerto Rico, says for the tax breaks. I don't know if I would want to move to a country, I don't know, but Puerto Rico got a lot of pretty hoes there. I can see I moved somewhere where the girls is fine than a motherfucking I'm rich. I can get that broad. She $50, go somewhere $50, and she think I'm balling because the rest of them dudes robbing tourists and shit. I'm sitting on about 150 million in the motherfucking bank, and I only got to go around with about $25. $25 is like $1,000 to them and shit. And them girls be on your motherfucking nuts, and I will be busting the motherfuckers and them pretty ass bras over there. Puerto Rico, I lose my mind in Puerto Rico, Cuba, Brazil, Panama, Colombia got some bad ones. They got bad ones wherever they was selling that drug shit. And wherever our little sorry, no pussy getting ass presidents dislike a country, that's where the baddest bras at. I would lose my mind as a rich motherfucker in them countries. Oh my God. And then the bras can't take you for child support. They government fucked up. You better love me. You better love me, ho. Because I want to do a show about marriage. I was listening to Paul Pearson, in the show he got, it was some chicks on there talking about marriage. And the chick was talking about, because one of home, man, a lot of chicks talk that shit, man, be like, what I look like being with you for 3 years and we ain't getting married. What are we doing here? Like what? Like hell no. I'm not doing none of that shit. Like it's a time limit on when you got me. I'm doing a show on that shit too. I give you my thoughts on that. But hell no, I go to them poor ass countries where man, you been there just busting them over there. And ain't no bro talking about you going to child support. Like I love you, girl. Yeah, you gonna be with me, shit. But I love a bunch of these other bros. Too many of you pretty motherfuckers in here. Shit. And the girls be with it over there. They be with that shit. They is fine as fuck in the mother country. They fine here too, but these bitches can take you through the ringer because we got stupid ass court system. Our court system dumb as shit. And the Jack Johnson shit, the Puffy and Cassie shit, and 50 Cent girl. Then they got charged with a crime for flying them bras and shit on his own plane. That's cold blooded. And then Go Young DJ. Oh, y'all read that one? And the mirror says, "Damn, my fault." And then A says that money watered down. Says by the time it gets to the organizations and agencies that need the money, says it's not enough. Says when they make it. Says when they make it to them. Says because they collector. Oh, says because they collectors too. Wait, what the hell? Y'all be ending y'all statements wrong. Says because they collectors too. They cut. Damn, what was you? Let me read that again. It says that money. Oh wait, let me see. Is this a continuation of some other comment? Let me see. No, you was responding to this. He says that money watered down. Says by the time it gets to the organizations, what organizations and the agencies that need the money, says it's not enough. Says when they make it to them, or when it makes it to them, says because they collectors too, they cut. And then he says, accidentally blocked you, bro. Says at Jacob. Oh, you blocked him? Let me see. Is he unblocked? Did y'all unblock? That was an accident. Let me see. Are you unhidden now? All right, thanks, Mir. And then Picasso says, right, Jashawn, they're rolling. Let me get ready to end this one. And Jacob says, look up. And then the Go Young DJ says Puerto Rico is still US, still in the US though. Says my girl Puerto Rican. Oh, you got a Puerto Rican too? Man, them Puerto Ricans be freaky. Them Puerto Ricans be freaky. Them girls who like get fucked in their ass and all that shit. Them girls is freaky. Puerto Rican girl, and them girls who talk Spanish be loving the fuck. They like fuck. They be on their period, say, stick it in my ass. Them girls suck your shit. Them girls, oh my God, those Spanish girls is wild, man. I remember I had a Puerto Rican chick in the army. Oh my God. And they be getting, I guess they parents, they mothers and aunties must talk fucking to them girls. And then you be fucking it right. They get to talking, they may speak nothing but pure English. They get the fucking all that Spanish come out their ass and shit. Oh shit. And then Go Young DJ living the life. I guarantee you probably got like 8 kids, homie. You definitely got like 8 kids and shit. Those Spanish women love to fucking drop them. And then Jacob says, look up CDs. Says not those dumb virtual bitcoins. Says bullshit. And he says it gives your money. Says AYP and says interest over time. Says sitting in your bank. Says sitting in your bank account. Man, I ain't fucking with none of that shit. I'll watch y'all fuck with it. I'll go decades without earning anything. I want to see some of y'all use because I hear a lot of people do shit, but you know what I never see nobody do is buy shit in the Bitcoin. I go to the store and I sit back and be like, I'm waiting to see somebody shop with one of these motherfuckers, and I never see that shit. And then Jacob says watch them. Says they'll swing on us. Says they'll swing on you. Says they'll swing on you. Watch the Puerto Rican chicks? Nah, they freaking shit, but they will fight you. They find out you cheating and shit. That's the other thing. That's the only thing about them. They do be jealous and shit. I guess they say they give you all this loving and shit. They be jealous. They will fight you anywhere and shit and be loud with that shit. It take a lot to calm them down and shit. You gotta avoid getting the domestic charge and shit. That's what happened to these Vegas cops. They must be married to some of them. Because that's in the news now. They're arresting a lot of cops in Vegas for domestic violence and shit. And then Go Young DJ says, "Hell no!" I says, "I got two." Laugh out loud, man. Well, you better get the speeding up. You must have just met her. I'm pretty sure she want like five more. And then Picasso says, I shot with my crypto card. So you shot with your crypto card. So you got a crypto card. Is there additional money in it? Does the money go up and it loses it? Did it go up with Bitcoin, or it's only the money that you put in there? So the money, you can't say you got a crypto card and you only got the money you deposited is all you get to spend. I don't want none of those shit like that. I want some shit when I seen Bitcoin went from, if I brought it at $100 and now that shit worth $10,000, I want to see that I got 10,000 extra damn dollars. I don't be seeing people. I see everybody when I go to the store paying with cash, paying with a damn card. I don't ever see nobody injecting a damn Bitcoin into this shit or however you use that shit. Like, I don't trust none of this new age cyber geek bullshit, shit created by hackers. Like I said, when Bitcoin first came out, the people who introduced me to that shit was some people I was taking to a hackers conference and seeing them talk about, oh, this is gonna be the dollar is falling apart, the dollar's gonna, I don't want none of that shit. I don't know none of that shit. That's the thing I was talking about when I do the marriage show, laugh my ass off. Is this shit with marriage? Like, they need to make it mandatory that everybody receives the rules to marriage, like a marriage playbook. You get like a marriage encyclopedia or some shit, because somehow women got the cheat book. How do women know all this little skim to get over on your ass with marriage? They know how long to stay married to you, then can divorce your ass to get your. That's the only thing stopping me from getting married. I don't want to do all that shit, bitch, faking. Oh, I love you, because the old lady always put me on. Always in my lifetime had older women who act like I'm their son or some shit and try to, label, lace me with game on dealing with these broads and how a broad can fake love you, have kids with you, and then be entitled to your money. No, give me the books. I need to read the motherfucking the encyclopedia for American marriage. I need to know what laws change, this and that, so then I can go in there and sit down with my chick, and then boom, we make our play. We sit on here like a battle. Remember that little war game, battleships? You sit on your side, and I move my pieces, and we gonna come up to this agreement. Like, no, you ain't about to fool me. You going, ooh, I just love her, not knowing what the fuck a prenup is. And then are you be in the relationship? You done you done broke up. Now that she get half your damn shit. Like, I was listening to this little badass little freak where she was bragging about how she had been in marriage and shit for a long time. The dude cheat on her, and then she get all this money from his fucking retirement. Like, fuck no. I ain't about to deal with it. So half my shit gone? Oh no, hell no. So that's why, man, I would rather go to these little poor ass countries where they ain't got none of that shit, or get a chick from over there. Make sure she stay away from all these old American chicks. All her friends got to talk the Spanish shit. She can bring friends from over there. I don't want her knowing. I don't know nothing about the marriage playbook, the rules to a marriage, and I don't want my chick knowing that shit. These chicks over here is slick. They slick. They shady. They crafty as fuck. Like, hell no. Nah. That shit will piss me off to go through some shit and I lose half my shit. Been going to this job, I can't wait to leave this motherfucker. Fuck you. Bitch out here talking about you gotta be married to her. You don't knock that shit the fuck off. Like, hell no. Now, if I'm about to die, then yeah, let's sign some papers. You can have this shit. And if Picasso says your money in your account says it's constantly moving. And then so that Bitcoin card ain't giving you shit. And then Midtown Throws says Bitcoin virtual says you can't hold it in your hand. And see, man, y'all stupid as fuck. You got virtual money. Man, get the fuck out here with that Roblox shit. Y'all, that's why y'all like that Bitcoin. Y'all from the Roblox age and shit. That's why I don't want none of that shit. I mean, they gonna put my dollars in the machine or however you fucking buy that shit. And then they tell you, your shit virtual. Fuck out of here. And then Hypey says you can shop with a crypto card. Says you have to sell the Bitcoin. Says to see it as cash. Sell the Bitcoin to who? Man, fuck these damn computer tech motherfuckers. And then on the box it says you have to transfer your virtual crypto currency, says, into a physical bank wallet. Well, I like to see one of you crypto loving motherfuckers do that shit because I don't rock with it. I don't rock with it. I don't follow trends. You know what else I don't hear that got trendy? I don't hear none of you motherfuckers talk FT. What is that shit called? An NTF or matter of fact, I'm gonna do that broke show tomorrow. I'm going too long on this shit. And I want to go to El Pollo Loco. Man, I went to El Pollo Loco and fuck with one of them damn tacos from that mug. That was probably the worst shit I did because now I'm about to crave that shit. Them fools got them damn crunchy chicken tacos. And the only reason I think I want that shit, because when they used to have NFT, y'all don't hear nobody talk that NFT bullshit when they was hyping it. But I went to the to El Pollo Loco and got one of them crunchy tacos. That shit reminded me of Lucy's. None of y'all remember Lucy. Let me see if they got a picture of Lucy's on here. Lucy's Lucy tacos. That shit was. I used to almost risk my life at night going to Lucy's to get a taco. Lucy's in LA. That shit used to be hidden, homie. I used to walk at night to go get one of them Lucy's crunchy ass tacos. They shut the one down by the house. And that's what that Pollo Local shit reminded me when I had that shit. Cause I went there, I be liking them churros they got at El Pollo Loco. I seen that damn crunchy taco on there. Like, let me try that hoe. That shit was hidden. And then Midtown says it's like our kids using real money, says, to buy Robux, says, or whatever it's called. Yeah, that's what that crypto shit is. A whole bunch of Robux ass shit. Man, y'all can have that shit. I still got old school in me. Like I said, I was raised by OG ass parents. But I wish they would hear. Hey, mom, dad, they got some shit called cryptocurrency. Shit. They wouldn't fuck with that shit. I ain't fucking with it neither. Lassie Cuss says, this nigga said Minecraft money. Yeah, that's what that shit is. You said Minecraft money. I said Robux. But yeah, that's what they got. Old Minecraft ass money and shit. Can't buy shit with that shit. They can't buy a goddamn thing. I ain't never seen nobody buy a car with that shit. Nobody buy a house. Your money just sitting in they shit. Fuck out of here. Rob G said, yeah, the NFT. I don't hear nobody talking about that NFT shit. Everybody NFT artwork and all this other dumbass shit. I like, man, what the hell is the world going to? And then the Picasso says I got about 6 different coins. Says each coin represents a specific investment. Says like Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Oh, they got your silly ass. Says my Asian ex-girlfriend says turn me on to it. Says when Bitcoin was 15K. So what have you brought with it, or what you gonna buy with it? Oh, you gonna let it sit. He says an EFT, electronic. What is that? What do they call them EFTs? What is it, electronically traded fund or some shit? Or and they call it ETF. And then Hyphy says go to El Pollo Loco, says then come back, says and start the stream, says we will be us and we'll be here. No, I'm still rolling because y'all keep writing comments and I don't want to be on here starting at 10, 11, 12. Maybe so. I don't know. Maybe I'll start that shit. But I fuck around, eat them tacos and get the itis or some shit. And Go Young DJ says, no, says we need the broke show tonight. Laugh out loud. Everybody want the broke show. Damn, that shit is a cool show because we all been broke as fuck. And in Midtown, well, let's stop the comments so I can get through these comments. Says what happened to the NFTs? Says and all the metaverse crap. That shit here today. Get the dummies that want to spend their money on it, believe in wealthy ass Mark Zuckerberg and tricky ass people. Remember, Floyd was pushing at people to buy that shit. Look, I done got $1 billion. I'm a billionaire. I'm about to buy NFT. Nigga, you made your money through boxing. I'm a Kardashian. I'm gonna buy this and that. Bitch, you made your money through getting fucked and doing this other stupid shit with a bunch of other up and coming sluts. Like, I ain't following you motherfuckers. Everybody caught it but by influencers. They get all this new shit and you ain't going through no kind of college courses. They ain't teaching the school. Some old influencer that influence you to put your money in that shit because they already rich and with some other wealthy people to get you to put your money into that shit. Might be some war bond shit. And the dude's time says I stay on them El Pollo Loco tacos for lunch. $6.99 for 3 and a soda. Well, you get the harsh because they must have ripped me off because the taco I brought was like $3. That shit, unless you catch the deal, maybe I need to find that. If they that might be up there where you at. I wish I would seen that shit 6.99 for three and a soda too. Shit, I'll be killing that shit. Them tacos is good as a motherfucker. And I don't even fuck with El Pollo like that unless I go get churros or some shit. That shit was hidden. I don't know if anybody ever had tacos from Lucy's back in the day. Lucy's cross street from Southwest College. They used to be there. They used to have the best tacos, in my opinion, ever. Outside of you making the taco at home, Lucy's was the shit. And they wasn't a Mexican style. Lucy made tacos the way that black people like them. That hard, crunchy shell, man. And El Pollo Locos meat was on point in that shit. I know Boxer says stop faking. Says you about to go to El Pollo Loco donuts. I don't fuck with donuts like that, man. The only donuts I fuck with is an apple fritter. I don't eat donuts like that. I don't even eat cake like that. The closest thing I eat with a cake name on it is cheesecake. And then I'm not buying that shit unless I make it now. Since I know how to make cheesecake, that's the only time I'm eating cheesecake. But donuts, I don't really fuck with donuts like that unless it's an apple fritter. And then Jashawn said, that shit nasty, laugh out loud. We're talking about them Pollo Loco tacos, not them crunchy, them shredded crunchy chicken tacos. That shit was fire. Let me not hype that shit for a price blow up on it. And then Midtown says Reg keep his money under the mattress. Now I keep that shit in the bank. And I need to keep, I do not, and I don't, it's funny, I don't even keep cash on me like that. It's rare as fuck for me to keep dollars on me and shit. And if Velocity Cuss says you fuck with Nicole's that's supposed to be Diner, says Nicole Diner's food review, says on FluTube. Let me see if I seen her. I seen some pretty ass chick the other day doing, I think her shit was called Pretty Girl Food Reviews. Let me see if I ever seen her. I'll be looking at this one chick, but she ain't got a few reviews. She out there in Jamaica. She be in her bikini and shit. She thick. She be out there fishing and shit. She be diving under the water, going spear fishing and shit. Then she go out the water and start a fire and grill her shit right off the side of the little river she in. She a little bad thick ass chocolate chick. Sometimes she bring her friends and shit. See, the girls know how to get me. They be in the cooking in bikinis and shit. Let me see. He called her Nicole. The chicks be knowing what they doing. Like shit, watching the chick cook with their ass. What's her other name? That other thick ass chick, Yoki. Wait, no, I never seen this chick, Nicole Danner. No, I never seen her. And this chick Chin, she got long ass chin. No, I never seen this. She got a little long ass chin. I might check her out though, because I love looking at these chicks and they food reviews and shit. Oh look, she doing look. As soon as I go to her shit, she doing a donut review and she's showing an apple fritter. This is my kind of donut, homie. So I might like her. But this apple fritter here, let me just show y'all because I'm a connoisseur of apple fritters. This apple fritter, I don't know how good it'd be. It's a little too light. I like mine's darker. I like the apple fritter to have a little crunch on it. And yeah, this shit is a little too white. Yeah, but they probably know what they doing. They know what they doing. It's a little too white, but it looks some like it got some crunch on it. But all these other donuts, I don't fuck with them. These kind of cool and shit. These kind of cool. I remember when I did was on the donuts. We used to get them at the church. I used to like buttermilks, and the little bars and shit. But no, I'm gonna check this chick out. I like the chick's food reviews and shit. And then for the other ones, I watch the LA Try Guy shit. And then I watch AB's Grilling with AB. They got some dope food shows and shit. And it's inspired me to want to cook, so I ain't got to be going out buying food all the time. Picasso says I brought my furniture. Says I brought my furniture in my house. He's talking about with his coin. You brought that shit with money you had in your bank account. And then Midtown says fungible tokens, says or something like that. And then Rob G says I fuck with El Pollo Loco, says went there, says when I was out there, says y'all don't have them in Texas. Y'all don't have them in Texas. Yeah, we're gonna get in a broke conversation, man. Let's get in the broke. Let's cut the comments so I can get out of here. Says I double my money, says 15K, says turning to 40K. Yeah, it's because you put 40K in your account. That shit ain't blow up and shit. And Deuce Time says we should have did a music show. Well, you gonna do that on Wednesday. I still haven't seen that Sugar Free album you was talking about the other day. And then Rob G says Deuce only drinks Big Red. And then Velocity Cuss says he says Paul Local drumstick says are the size of a piggy finger nowadays. Says and they be charging double now. Yeah, I don't eat that grilled, man. They be ripping people off with them little ass sizes of chicken. Them chickens be shrinking like a motherfucker on they grill. That shit, they chicken be shrinking. And then Wakasa says I don't advocate for crypto. Says I'm actually tired of dealing with it. See, always right, Reg Jones. I knew that shit was some old bullshit. He says I'm what he says, I'm gonna let my future wife manage it for me. So you gotta manage this shit. Well, I mean, you don't manage it, you lose it. Fucking bud. You gotta manage that shit. And then Deuce Time says I hate when they burn the chicken. Says I hate when they burn the chicken. Says people don't prepare your food. Says right nowadays. No, that's because they take that shit right out the fridge. They don't be letting that shit marinate and just throw it on there. But even in the way that Latinos do it, they throw some marinade and shit on that shit. And then Jashawn there says, yeah. And then I guess they talking about for that show. And the Deuce Sign says I do not keep all my change in the bank. Says some, not all. So you keep cash on you and shit. And then he says I prefer Pepsi. Says our Sprite, Ma Ra. Yeah, that Pepsi be hidden. That's my weakness with that soda shit. That Pepsi is my shit. And I blame the military for that shit. And then Mirror says this nigga here is greedy, man. You gotta eat to live, homie. I'm not with that skinny ass shit. I'm not. I'm not with that skinny shit. Like you say, you put the work in, you'll burn it off. When you don't work, you'll blow up. You gain the weight like I did. I ain't with that skinny shit. And then Velocity Cuss says LA Try Guy says it's annoying as fuck. Now he gives some good food reviews. I like his food reviews. I like him. But I like looking at them chicks when they be in they thick ass chicks, like the little Jamaican chick I'm talking about, and just working her like just bust that shit down. That bitch be hunting for her food. Like, damn. And then seeing them, I'm scared of chicks that can do that kind of shit. Them the chicks you would not want to fucking be making mad. A chick that know how to you bring her, well, she know how to go fish and she know how to gut animals and shit. I wouldn't even cut a chicken head off. This bro will catch a chicken and snap his neck. That's why them southern dudes just get shot by their chicks. That's why southern chicks be shooting them fools. That's why them damn fools in the South believe in marriage, because they can't cheat on chicks like that. When the chick can go in the backyard and grab your food and kill that motherfucker, what you think she'll do to you? Bitch, you know how to go chase a chicken down, grab it by the neck, snap it, cut that shit off, then gut this nigga and hell nah. Hey, bitch, I love you. And that's why I cuss a hoe out trying to fuck with me. You know what my bitch be? Man, hell nah. Them girls, man, hell no. You don't cheat on no chick that know how to do that shit. If you gonna marry a chick, or you know, you can't even trick her into thinking that y'all go together and it's just y'all, and then you out here doing dirt, and she out here cooking food from scratch. Like, I mean, the live animal, she able to gut that motherfucker, chop his head off, marinate his ass, pluck his wings. That chick will kill your motherfucking ass. You cheat on her. You a goddamn fool. And then Auto Boxing says grilling with AB says be throwing down on the meals. Yeah, that fool is a cook, man. That fool can cook like a mug. Because says Puerto Loco in Texas too. Okay. I thought you said you only go when you come to California, but I'm about to go now. And the dude sign says it's called Mr. Peabody. And he says cause it's really chicken, says not them ped chickens, because it's ped chicken, says you get elsewhere or you get everywhere. And then Box Scott in the building says Rod G says they don't make that outside of Texas. Says Deuce don't know JW says what that is. And then Picasso says my girl country says 100%. Yeah, you gotta watch them country girls. And then Go Young DJ says stop reading comments, man. Y'all, that's how I do my shit. I'll be into, because I'll be wanting to see what people talking about. But let me get out of here, man. I'll be back by like 10:30, 11 or something. We're gonna go on the show about being broke. Let me go and make the show, and then I'm gonna go to El Polo. What time that motherfucker closed? Hold on. Let me go catch that shit, for they be giving me the old ass tacos. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.